What's up, you guys? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Malika Mai, and if you guys are returning, hey girla. So today we're gonna talk about surviving the 9-to-5 world, because y'all, I just got back from work and today was a day. It was just a busy day. It was just mentally a lot. The job really don't even be that much, I promise you. It's just mentally a lot. Dealing with people is a lot. And honestly, I like working with kids better, but it's okay. It's here nor there. That just comes with the job. Surviving in this 9-to-5 world is a lot. My current schedule right now is the PM shift, and the PM shift for my job is 3:15 to 11:45. That should be kicking my ass, y'all. I be getting home at 12 midnight, sometimes 12:30. It just depends. By the time I'm getting ready to go to sleep, it's 1:30, 2 a.m. and I don't be waking up until 10 a.m., 11 a.m. the next day, sometimes 12, sometimes 1. It really just depends. But also I do be on my phone scrolling on the TikTok app. So that is another reason. But y'all, I just say all that to say it's a lot, honestly. I just want to be transparent, and I just want to come out here and share my experience, because I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one that gets burnt out sometimes. And I'm not saying that I don't love my job. I love my job. I am grateful for my job. I tell God every single day, even when some of the guests be getting on my nerves, right? I tell God every single day, thank you so much for this job. I am so grateful for this job, right? I am so grateful. You gotta say those words. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy here. I see myself here, and I want to keep this job. You gotta say those things. You gotta be grateful for the little things, right? In order for the universe and God to keep blessing you with more things. But what's not talked about is surviving in it. Y'all, we sit up here and we work 9-to-5s. We sit up here and do the same shit 4 or 5 times a day, sometimes 4 to 5 times a week. I'm honestly grateful for my current schedule right now, because I'm working at nights, in the evening, nights during the week, and I have the weekends off. I literally am so grateful for that. Thank you, God. But it's just working every single day. Let's just be transparent for a moment. Let's just make this a safe space. I know that some of y'all out there just don't even be wanting to go to work. I don't be wanting to go to work sometimes. I be wanting to stay home. I know I'm not the only one that be wanting to stay home. Sometimes not do anything. Literally, not even leave the house. I don't even want to leave the house. I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear anything. I just want to sit and be, right? Because we are human beings. I just want to be. Do you ever just want to drive? Just get in your car and drive? And you don't even know where you're going. Just drive. 30 minutes, an hour, 2, 3. Just drive. Wherever the wind takes you, honestly. Because working every single day, doing the same shit, getting up, brushing your teeth, having the same routine, and then you get to this job and you feel like you're not being paid enough because the society that we lived in is just oh my gosh, what is really going on with my life? Once again, I'm not talking down on my job. I'm not saying that I don't get paid enough, even though I wish I could get paid more. But what I'm saying is just I just want to break sometimes, working a 9-to-5, y'all, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I just said, I love my job. My job is that girl. But it's just damn, we sit up here and we go to work that's a part of it though. Even I have to understand. And I know sometimes y'all probably think this too, oh, I wish I was an influencer or a YouTuber or a content creator, or traveling, traveling, posting my content, or but you have to think about it those people got to get up every day and post their content, and they still got to work too. It's probably not the kind of work that we got to do, but they still got to get their ass up and work. I wish we could have more, I wish we could normalize taking breaks more, especially when you're on your menstrual cycle, ladies. It really needs to be normalized. We really need to get that in check. We really need to take at least the first 2 days of our menstrual off every month. At least the first 2 days. After that, I'll be cool. Another thing that I want to add that needs to be normalized, let's just say you're scheduled for 4 days out of the week and you have the weekend off, and those 4 days are Tuesday through Friday, and you have Saturday and Sunday off. And let's just say like you already have plans on Saturday and Sunday, but one of your coworkers needs you to cover their shift. Let's normalize not covering the shift. Because a part of me healing and a part of me having a good attitude and surviving this job and not being burnt out is taking my days off that I was scheduled, right? It's important to not like feel pressured to cover somebody's shift. First of all, if you don't want to, you don't have to, right? Especially if you feel like they're not paying you enough, you don't have to, right? For me, genuinely, if I just don't have the energy, I'm not gonna cover the shift. If I have plans or if I don't, I'm not covering the shift. 1, because I wasn't scheduled to. 2, it's last minute. 3, I just don't want to, right? We are surviving this rat race where we have to go in and work for somebody else, and we literally have to work in order to survive and to pay these bills. So if I'm putting myself in another situation where I don't want to be there, I know I don't want to be there, and if I'm going to accept this, I'm only stressing myself out. Don't do that to yourself, girla. Like, sit it out. It's okay. You don't have to go to work when they ask you to come in. If you're not scheduled, you're not scheduled. You weren't scheduled in the first place, so don't go in. There have been times though, like when I get called in and I'm like, okay, yeah, I could use the extra hours, so I will go in happily. But if you've been having a long week, if you've been feeling drained, listen to your body, right? Listen to your body. It is okay not to clock in for that shift that you need to cover. Do you ever feel like off sometimes? Like, you go to work every day, you're that girl, and you put your best foot forward, but sometimes you just feel a little bit off. And then it's like when you go to work and you have let's say you're having a bad day, or you're having a slower day, or you're having a day where you're not as social, then you get to work and your coworkers are making you feel bad for not wanting to chit chat as much as you usually do. Does that ever happen to you? Because I know this past week, it was a little rough for me. Just with like my best friend's death anniversary and like the weather, my menstrual coming, hormones, and it was just a lot. Like the eclipse, it was just a lot with astrological, personal things. So I'm just like, okay, I'm here. I'm putting my best foot forward for the guests, but like, y'all, sometimes I just don't want to talk. And why is it when I'm gonna just say this as a Black woman, I don't know about anybody else, but like, as a Black woman, they want you to perform at all times. And I'm just like, sometimes I just don't want to talk. Sometimes I just want to do my work. Like, I'm here to work, actually. I don't want to chit chat all the time. I literally, and I'm not trying to be a bitch, but like, I'm literally here to do my job. And, but that's why it's important. What I'm learning is voice that. Be transparent with your coworkers and let them know like, hey, I'm not having a good day today. I'm not having the best day, but so if I give you a little bit of attitude, don't take offense. Like I already told you, I'm not having the best day and I might not want to talk as much, but just know I'm going to put my best foot forward for these guests, and I'm going to make sure we stand on business, because I'm not going to let us go out looking sad. I've been thinking like I might get another job. And it's okay to have another job or multiple jobs. My mom, I don't think my mom ever had 2 jobs at once. I don't think she ever did. I just know like growing up with a single mom, she did work her ass off for me and my brother. So I didn't really see her struggle in that aspect. But I always heard about other kids' moms having 2 and 3 jobs. And I never understood it at the time. I'm like, well, I was genuinely curious as a kid. Like, well, how does somebody have 2 and 3 jobs? And then once I got older, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what it's like to have 2 jobs. You just got to make it work, because we got to survive out here. So yeah, I mean, I definitely have been thinking about getting another job, because I'm like, I could use some more money. And it's like, in this day and age, we got to lock in. Like, I was asking my manager this, y'all, and I was like, when do you see yourself retiring? Because I was asking him about his parents, and he was like, yeah, my mom's good. My dad, he's gonna retire soon. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, my dad is like 60, I think he said 60. You're gonna be 60. And I was just like, oh, I thought you had to be like 65 or 70. But his parents they're from Ireland, so it's a little different over there. They got better benefits and stuff. So I was just like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, well, when do you see yourself retiring? He was like, by 30. I was like, okay, period, as you should. And he asked me the same question. And I was like, honestly, maybe 35. Like, I could see myself retiring at 35. So if I see myself retiring at 35, then we need to lock in right now. So maybe getting another job isn't so bad. I don't mind locking in for the next 3, 4, 5 years, right? Maybe 6 years, maybe 7 years. I don't care. As long as I'm locked in and as long as I know and I see the vision, I'm going to do whatever it takes, because it's all about having faith, right? The more you walk in your faith, the more you stand 10 toes and you really trust and believe in the system that you put in place, you don't have to worry about a thing, because it's all in due time, right? So if you're struggling, if you feel like you're struggling, girl, trust and believe it is okay, right? We have all struggled before. I know I'm not the only one feeling like she's not making enough money. I know I'm not the only one, because, you can live in LA, you can live in New York, Chicago, you can live in Miami. You can be even making $30, $50 an hour, and you can still feel like you're not making enough money. So if you're thinking about getting another job, get that job. Go for that interview. Set it up. Get that resume printed, right? Work on your resume. You got this. 2025, we are going up. 2026, 2027, 28, 29, 30, all the way until you see yourself retiring. Just go for it. Lock in on your goals, right? Save that money. Have discipline. Use your discernment. You got this. Anything that you want, you can have. And I say that to myself every single day. We just got to have faith. That's it. Because I know we're all surviving right now. I know we are. I know I'm not the only one. From me to you and you back to me, you got this. Keep going, sis. Keep going, broski. You got this. Thank you, guys. You know what? Let me drink some water. Every time I'm stumbling on my words, that just lets me know I need to drink more water. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.